Hello guys, my name is Carlos Alvarado. This is week number 5 for MPA 594. We're going to be talking about the Public Service Management and Leadership, also known as PSML. A quick overview, we're going to talk about the thesis and 3 themes that will go support the thesis. My thesis is Manager Dwayne Johnson of the Department of Health Services has to restructure to create a new clinic for homeless patients. The first step Mr. Johnson will take is creating the organization of the new clinic. In the second step, Mr. Johnson will evaluate the productivity of the new clinic. In the last step, Mr. Johnson will evaluate the culture within the new clinic created. The first theme will be organization. I'll be talking about using Frederick Taylor's and Luther Gulick's organization theories about having one manager. It will have a hierarchy. Weber, I'll use Weber as well included in there, and then also I'll explain about the labor division, and I'll explain about how this will be leadership from top to bottom. Um, there's Merton and Lindblom, and I'll use Merton because he talks about how government has got to change with the times, and I'll use Lindblom because he talks about how policies get enforced through small changes through due to events. So in this case, it will be due to the homeless crisis here in Los Angeles. I'll also use Fayol and Gulick to explain on how Mr. Johnson will have to create new policies and procedures for this department. This will set like the guidelines, the standards of this department. It'll be written down exactly what each job does and how long it should take. So this department will have set guidelines of exactly what needs to be done. The next theme I'll be talking about will be productivity. On this one, I will use Frederick Taylor, Weber, and Foyle. On this one, I'll be talking about how there will be systems in place. Frederick Taylor talks about how each employee should have a certain task, and that's the only task they do. So these people become experts, and so everybody has a job, everything gets done like a machine, so productivity is streamlined, and this is how to get the best one of the best ways to get the best efficiency. Since this department will be getting only current employees, they will be getting the best employees they can have. They will be expert employees, so this increases the productivity according to Fayol. Um, I will also be talking about Maslow and McGregor. Maslow talks about people having workers that have the needs met are better workers at because their needs are not for survival. Theory White talks about how since they have their basic needs met, they're more driven to be more motivated to be productive, and so these would be a part of the productivity. So my last theme will be culture. Right here I will use Mary Parker Follett. Um, she talks about teamwork and how people collaborating bring out the best ideas. So since this also is a situation where there's no right answer about how to solve the homelessness, having people collaborate on different ideas and but to get the best way to get the job done will help increase productivity and efficiency within the new department. Under culture, I'll also talk about what kind of leadership style we will be in this department. Um, it's going to be more of a situational leadership because there could be different types of leadership that will be needed depending on the situation. And also, we could also use democratic leadership where um, people share ideas between leaders and subordinates, and other things could get solved based on that situation. But like under cultured leadership styles will also be talked about. And under culture, I'll also talk about how employees would be paid very well in order to be motivated to do their job. So I will use uh, Frederick Taylor where he talks about that each worker should be paid a decent wage. Thank you for watching and have a great week.